Good morning. All right, let's get going. Komatalibu, how are you? Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance, because trading is risky and not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. How do I look? Am I good? Good. All right, so we got another day. It's Tuesday. The big day of the week is tomorrow, which is a Wednesday. And then a week from then, it's another Wednesday, which is a big Fed meeting. So the next 7 or 8 days are really important. So again, tomorrow we have the CPI. Then I believe Thursday we have retail sales as well. So one is how much inflation is there and how much demand from consumers is there. So we have a lot to learn. And then, of course, we have to fold all that into a potential FOMC meeting. So anyways, it's an important week, but that's not necessarily now. But we still have trade planning to do. We either have profits to take or stops to make. So let me know how it can help and let me know what assets that you want me to cover. I'm happy to do that. I am your humble servant. So let me know how I can help. Pretty simple. Okay? Cool. Now, in the description below the video, there are resources that I'd like to point out that are available to you. One of them is a link to the Quant-in-a-Box YouTube channel. I'll pop this in the chitty chat. Where is it? The chitty chat. And this is today's video. Comes out at 10. And it gives you an overview of what to expect for today. Go ahead and subscribe. We're at about 1,300 subscribers. It's a new channel. So they come out every single day. Well, Monday through Friday. Yeah, very cool. So that's Quant-in-a-Box. Another great one is Trader's Way. Okay, just the link is in the description below. Yeah, apparently I drive a Porsche. Therefore, you should try Trader's Way. They're a trustworthy, ethical foreign exchange broker. They earn my loyalty and respect. Every single one of us needs a broker, so this is why every single day I point you in the direction, do your due diligence. But there are so many brokers out there, you're like, where do I even go? Well, here's a place to start. Do your due diligence. I believe them to be trustworthy and ethical. There's Investor Boot Camp. This is a community that I've been running for 20 years. Starts with education. Okay. Very cool, right? Yeah, it starts with education. $88 that's it for an entire year. And you get 88 hours of training videos. Yeah, you can upgrade and join our live groups and stuff. But look, I'm just trying to get the education out there. So 100 hours. Yeah, like legit stuff. I'm telling you, legit stuff. So there's a place for you to start. Also, here's something for you to try. Post a trade plan. Get feedback about your trading idea. Yeah. Check it out. I'll pop that in the chat too. You should check it out. Honestly, it's very helpful. Cool. Tradeplans.ai. You post a trade plan, and boom, in your email, You have a private review of your trading idea. It's not posted anywhere on the website. It's just emailed to you. It's beautiful. Very cool. It's fast and it's free. So I've spent thousands of dollars on it, many thousands of dollars. Hundreds and hundreds of hours have gone into it, and it's free. You're welcome. All right, so let's get on with this. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. We're on a line in the sand for the S&P 500. Okay, and we're in this world I call reverse fibs. Okay? And a reverse fib is if you were a bear, okay, you see this is a top, you see this is a bottom, and then the 3A2, am I seeing that one? No, wrong one. Let me delete that. The 3A2 to 618 sell zone is right here. So that's where a bear would sell, and they want to take my stop out. Okay? And it's completely valid. Now you can see I've already got a line drawn here and a line drawn here. And then the assumption is this, where bulls see this bottom, which is that bottom, right? The same bottom that the bears see. The bulls see that as a 50% decline. This is the 50% line. So a bull is thinking up, up, and away. Which one's right? Well, we don't know, do we? So you have to be a bull or a bear, and if you're not, you're a pig. What happens to pigs? Pigs get slaughtered. So let's see what's on your mind today. Boop, boop, boop. All right, most people are risk on. So you would be thinking up today. Looking at the last 24 hours, there's a slight bearishness currently, but we're on a moving average that might be supportive. So really, it depends on what happens at the market open. I want to look at my WTI. It's been such an interesting scenario here. Top, top. You can argue that's the top, top, top. And here we are again. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, Johnny's like, boo on gold, got stumped out. Well, we do know seasonally gold is supposed to fall. So it's not to be unexpected, right? Can happen. If inflation's hot tomorrow, though, who knows what'll happen? Maybe breakouts, huh? But anyway, so we get this move on oil, and then boom, 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 boom. Wowzer. Well, remember, that is the projected high for the month. And clearly, oil traders agree that this is a price level that's important. You say, well, it's because of 90. Well, how come we're stopping here at 88 over and over and over again? Look at our bottom here, which is kind of interesting. Look at this here. Like, these were set weeks before these price levels were tested. Okay. And it seems to me that institutional traders and investors in crude oil see these price levels and use the same tools. So if you trade oil and you're not sure what these price levels are, you know, $88 is holding you back from a real education. Clearly, traders are using these. Oil traders are using these same tools. And again, these were set in stone August 31st. Like, it's not like after the fact we've drawn these. Okay. Well, Sky Killer, that's really what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Here's some vol if you needed some volatility in your life. Look at this. Look at this, the last few days. Holy smokes, huh? It's just nuts. The level of volatility going on here. Now, I must remind you, institutional investors think volatility is bad, just so you know. That these are huge moves that might make you rich if you're short or long or short or long or short. But if you get any of it wrong, you're going to get poor really quickly. Look at this volatility. Like, it's insanity. Wowzer, huh? Yeah, too much volatility, Kit says. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the indices, see what's going on. And some dollar strength returning on the Dixie. So, you know, and then what's the next one? Like this. We'll see what happens there. Pound coming down. Yen holding steady. CAD is gaining. Aussie stable. Euro volatile. Okay. So pound coming down. So pound dollar down. So Europe not so great. So the better opportunities seem to be commodity currencies, in particular CAD and Aussie. So that's the narrative today. So you got your 4H here. And if you're risk on, you want the US dollar to weaken. And so maybe your trade plan for today is like that. What do you think? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay. The ultimate target is 32.5. It's not going to happen in one go, but at some point, are you going to trade this as a rollover? You can start front running that. And then what I would guess is not everyone's on the clue train yet, and then you'd get more like that. Well, that's a lot of guessing, and we have a lot of news tomorrow and the next day that could create or destroy all of that. So I wouldn't get too giddy, if you agree or disagree. Nonetheless, a little day trade could be US dollar has a day like this today. Okay. Flip side of that, how about this? Maybe. So it could drop to 64 and then rally up to 65. What do you think? Well, that was the plan 18 hours ago. Gideon peso. Yeah, that's one that's already happened. Remember, we set that up weeks in advance, covered it multiple times, and it was setting up, and now it's gone. Yeah. Yep. Giddy up on the peso. Yep. So anyways, maybe that one's setting up. I guess we could jump over and do the peso. Okay. And so how do you thread this future narrative? This is an hourly. You can do hourly. It's fine. So you might be able to get one of these today. Okay. This is the projected high for the month of September for Mexican peso, projected high. And at Investor Bootcamp, I teach one counter trend trade, and it looks like this. So I don't know if it's going to continue, so that's your decision making, right? Your alpha. That's your alpha, bro. But that's the projected high anyway. So it double topped, then it double topped, right? Keep, right? So it rolled over. Cool. So now you want to maybe, I'm not really looking at this as a rolled reversal. I'm looking at the moving averages. But they end up being about the same. If you prefer Fibonacci, well then do some Fibonacci. How would you have it? Like that? Sweet. Okay. Somewhere between where we are now and 14.5. So somewhere between 1433 and, 1733 or 17.5. So that gives us a whole sell zone of here. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So if today's a risk-off day and the US dollar gets strong, yeah, it's going to rally all the way up. Okay? And then maybe tomorrow, let's say CPI is low and that's good, and then we go this way. Well, that's a lot of hope, but you can be ready for it. Let's look at the global stock market. Morning, Gregors. Okay, DAX is down, FTSE is stable, S&P 500, well, let's take a look at that from a daily point of view. Okay. Here's yesterday's lowest low. So what I'm hoping for today is some sort of pullback. I don't really want it to go that far back, but maybe like this today. So you'd have to drop in a daily pivot. Okay, these are monthlies. This is my trade plan for the month. My monthly trade plan for SEP September is I'm taking this up to a new higher high. Yep. Taking it up to a new higher high. Stock market making a higher high. Oh my God. Yep. Probably starting, I would say, well, either this week or next week, or maybe it's already begun. Play that sound way too loud. Cool. You know, that's what I would like if I were me. But there's a lot of water that needs to go under this bridge. Oh no, that's another Red Hot Chili Pepper song. A lot of water under the bridge. But that is plausible. So what would be the catalyst then? Well, CPI, FOMC. Okay, and of course, just like I showed on the different asset, or maybe it was the same one, that whole reverse fib thing bugs me, of course, because I can see it. If I were to measure to that high, that's where we are. Let's see if I'm measuring the right one. That high. So yeah, we're right on the precipice. Okay, so the way I look at it is I'm about to get knocked out at break even because bears take over. Oh, well, too bad for me. Or I'm about to make money. Cool. Right? Which one, Richard? Chinese default? There's multiple stories that the media seems to be printing. Oh, okay. Country garden, garden, China stock. Maybe we should buy some, huh? What do you think? 14 cents? Is it cheap enough yet? Wow, look at Evergrande. Wow. Wow, that's like a crypto, huh? It was $4. Now it's, what is that, 1/1000th of a penny? Oh man, buy $1 billion worth, huh? Guangzhou, 1996. Shenzhen, yeah. Nice places. I like Guangzhou and Shenzhen. So anyways, that's these are pretty big developers. Like, it's amazing that they're priced like a shit coin. Yeah. I mean, look at that. It was one of the biggest companies in the world, and you can buy it for 14 cents. Oh, for Sean. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, giant spike. Look at it. Spiked all the way to 17 cents. Wow. Should have bought it at 10 cents, huh? Should have bought it at 10 cents. Look at that. $0.10 was the low. Yeah. Well, if Google won't find them, how about ChatGPT? Well, actually, ChatGPT won't be able to do it, right? Okay, so this one, you have to be a member of, subscriber to Bloomberg. Maybe CNN will help. So anyways, so there's something. You can, I don't know if you're going to be able to find, but that's why it's called research. You're going to have to work hard to find the data of when these bonds come due. And if you can, that's your alpha. So you got to go through every single report, and you're trying to figure out when bonds are due. And if it's difficult through regular Google searches, then great. Then there's going to be a scenario in which the market is inefficient and you'll be able to make money. Country Gardens Holdings Limited. Okay. Bond coming due. Okay, it was issued the 20th September 2016. It's due, maturity date, due the 28th of this month. Here's the ISIN and the QSIP. Total issue size, 0. Like, what? I guess it's this. Huh? So there you go. That's what you get for 18%. Is a high probability of default. But remember, this is one of the biggest property developers in the entire world. Yeah, Sky Killer, that's great. That's why the stock is up 40% in a week. And it was up 70% in a week. So good. Went from 10 cents to 17 cents. Dude, that's a pretty good week. So anyways, maybe you spend some time on the bond supermart. And you look for Country Garden and you go through all those dates. And if they're restructuring the deals, that's not illegal. What do we do with bonds that are about to mature? I don't know. Or you mean, why are we looking at this? Okay, you have to thread the needle. If they default, what's going to happen to the Chinese stock market and the global macro? But this is a fear that people have. And what Sky Killer's getting to, or what we're about to get to, is if you owe somebody $650 million and you don't have it right now, but you have billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. You own more skyscrapers than there are in Manhattan, this one company. This $650 million is not a lot of money. And the world is going through economic conditions in which it's very difficult to get the cash. So, what would you do if somebody owed you $650 million? And they don't have it. But they'll probably have it in the future. They own a home, they have a job, but something's come up. Yeah, you negotiate, right, Jim? And what's the negotiation? Well, you're going to pay me more than this, and I'll give you some more time. I'll give you another 3 years, but you owe me 30% instead of 18%. Yeah. Sweet. So, is the end of the world near? Should you lock yourself in the basement with Joe Biden? You can watch you can watch John Wayne movies together. It's just so funny. Did you see him? He's talking about climate, which was weird because I don't think the question had to do with the climate, and he's preaching about the climate to people in Vietnam, and they're like, dude, we get it. Like, why are you preaching to us about the climate? But then all of a sudden he's mumbling and he's getting quieter and quieter. You're like, dude, we can't hear you. What? Speak up. And then he's like, my brother, he likes to quote movies. And in particular, there's this John Wayne movie with cowboys and Indians. And, well, they're good Indians. They're the great Indian people. And, well, anyways, the Indian says to the cowboy, and you're like, oh my God, what? And he's going on and on and on. And it's really funny. You're like, what are you talking about? And then he stops and he's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Then he goes back to the podium and then he's like, I just do what I'm told. Which I think he must have had a piece in his ear where they're like, dude, Mr. President, sir, like, stop talking. Like, let's wrap this up. Right? And he goes back and he's like, I just do what I'm told. I'm like, wait, I thought you were the president of the world. You can do whatever you want. You got more nukes than anybody. But anyways, it was strange. Yeah, Sky Killer, right? He's talking about the climate to Vietnamese people. But yeah. So anyways, it was interesting. But so the question that we're all asking, okay, is will these bonds literally default? and drag down the Chinese and US stock markets right at a time when they're supposed to rally. And I said this was our risk. I said this in January. Do you guys remember? I said the risk is the third week of September, the markets don't rally when they're supposed to rally. That's next week, by the way. Next week! This is why we're talking about, I think I did it in December, or maybe it was early January. But anyway, so here we are at the precipice of this time, the third week of September. I expect a rally. The risk is something bad happens and the whole market gets torn down and we follow the current trend. Remember, it's only current. I like to think forward. So the current trend is this. Oh, I know, but that's also understandable and predictable. So is Evergrande or Country Garden going to default on a loan, crashing the Chinese economy, the global economy with it, and tearing down the S&P 500 to a horrible, horrible, horrible new lower low? That's what you're trying to figure out. And I say, to hell with that, we're going higher and I'm going to make money. Well, even then, Jim says not likely China will come to the rescue. But even that aside, what do people do when one party owes another party $1 billion? Does the one being owed walk away and say, well, I guess I lost the $1 billion? Or do they just renegotiate some more time and some additional compensation for the patients? Like, what would you do if somebody owed you $1,000 and you're like, well, you know what? You don't have it now, so just forget about it. 10,000? What if somebody owed you 100,000? Your uncle, your cousin, your mama's boyfriend. Forget about it. Just keep the $100,000. Whatever. Sucks for you that the times are bad. No. You're like, well, when can you pay me back? Yeah, Johnny, or baseball bats, right? Send out some Serbians to negotiate. Right? Renegotiate with my Serbian. Oh my God. Yeah. So you see, like, yeah. So maybe the fear, maybe the concern is justified, especially if you're a bondholder, but the fear is not justified. Kit says, just lie like crazy. So anyways, whatever. We got to make decisions, guys, and I'm trying to show you I guess you'd call this the high frequency data. Like, we're not talking about tomorrow's CPI here. We're talking about the known unknowns, and you're making risk assessments. And I hope you appreciate it. Looking up bond maturity dates, and it didn't take me that long. So you saw me do it, which hopefully you like as well. Most of you hate it. 50% of viewers have not clicked the thumbs up button. Is anyone going to buy the stock at 14 cents? Maybe let it drop down to 12? The lowest low is 10. $1 million buys you 10 million shares. It pops from 12 to 24, and you're going to be rich. Well, it sounds stupid, doesn't it? But my Shiba Inu is worth the same amount as Evergrande. But owning that Chinese real estate development company, the company actually has buildings, thousands of buildings. What does my Shiba Inu have? Nothing. How would you like to own a share of a company that owns thousands of skyscrapers? Think of it as an asset-backed cryptocurrency, maybe, huh? Anyways, food for thought. You do you. Okay, so we're on my line in the sand. So I'm looking for rollovers. And not yet. This would be cool though. Hey, bro. Bro, dude. Okay. So you la 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 la. No, 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 no. And then we take this one. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. No, can I do it now, Peter? Is that done? Is that what's going on with Bitcoin? That's what all that volatility is about, XRP 1. So anyways, this is what I am looking for. So I will erase this, boop, and I sit and I observe. If it does that, I start trading and I start making no money, or at least taking on risk. All right, now, a trade. Okay, and I do what traders should do best, and that's wait. We can go to the crypto. Let's do the crypto. Like how I have it pluralized for some reason. There's your ETH climbing beautifully. Beautiful, huh? Let's move over. Ripple. 46. Now, yeah. Now this looks like we're right at the bottom of that giant spike. I remember Peter working hard to convince me to buy XRP. I think it was 13 cents. I have to go way back. He's been a fan since about here, I believe. 2020. Oh no, it was before it was before this, I think. It was before that. Yeah. The new iPhone comes out today, right, Osamu? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I suppose that's good. But let me ask you, Does it have folding glass? No, it's old, ancient technology. It's the past. You're buying something obsolete. So good luck with that. They designed it 3 years ago. Now it finally came out. Enjoy it. Well, Wayne, it's got 3 more cameras and 7 million more pixels. Boy, it's gonna. That's a revolution. So, anyways, shout out to Peter for being on this from the very beginning, when 13 cents seemed like it was a lot, and it went to $3. So now it's at 47 cents. And I look at it, I'm like, man, it used to be 13. So anyways, iPhone fans, sorry if I poo-pooed on your, right? Sorry if I poo-pooed on your phone you've been looking forward to. You're like, man, Wayne, I've been saving. I've been saving so long. Right? Kid says you have the 5. Yeah. 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 A folding phone is like, it's amazing. It's definitely the future. There's different versions that the Chinese are experimenting with, like the screens roll up inside the phone and all that. But like, if your iPhone 15 looks like your iPhone 12, then why do you need a 15? You know, like, there's just better technology now. But I don't know anything about the 15. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Richard says China has banned iPhones. Good. So now you can get one for cheap. Okay. Yeah, Richard says, oh, that's going to hurt sales. You like banning alcohol really hurt alcohol sales, huh? No, it just pushes up the price. You can't have an iPhone. I want an iPhone. Forbidden fruit, man. Yeah. Drugs and prostitutes are illegal in most parts of America. Well, I guess there's no drugs and prostitutes in America. They've been banned. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Problem solved, everybody. The government has banned it. Not allowed. Everybody walk away. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. So let's go back. No, it's more than jawboning. No, it's more than jawboning, of course. The yield is above 0.7. So the yield is above 7. They're going to allow, by the end of the year, they're going to move interest rates to 0 from negative. I mean, it's happening. It's just like, do you stay with your investment thesis? Or do you, somebody posts a tweet and convinces you you're wrong? Like, if you're trading this, like, dude, nothing has happened. Everything is great. right? But like, look at this. Like, where does this chart have any panic? There's no panic. If you're here, there's probably panic. You're like, it's out of control. It's going crazy. What did he say? But no. If you have an investment thesis, this is going to go higher. And we're on our way to, I don't know, as high as 130. It's going to go 2,000 pips higher. Or you'll get knocked out with 25 pips, right? I mean, it just comes down to you either have a trade plan or you don't. Okay? And your trade shouldn't change with the wind, swinging both ways like a broken gate. You either stand for something or you fall for anything. So, are we going from 93, okay, to 114? That's the basic question. This is what normally happens. Okay? We go from here to here. So, at the very least, we're going to 114. We're at 108. So that's 600 pips. Are we going to do that or not? Okay, that's it. Well, how do I know? You do some research and you make a decision based on the intelligence that you gathered. That's how an institutional investor would handle it. What do you think? Now, you're like, but Wayne, this could double top. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, could it do this? Oh, for sure. That's not the pattern per se, but yeah, that could happen. Right? Because you could walk through life and say, well, anything could happen. I don't want to get on the train. It might derail. It could derail. I don't want to get on the plane. It could crash. Well, usually they don't. I don't want to get in a car. They crash too. I don't use a stove. I might burn down the house. Now you're like, Wayne, now that's too much. Okay, well, what is your decision? If you think this can do anything, well, what is that based on? Well, let's look at the pattern. This pattern of double bottom suggests we go here. Seasonality, when you look at the last 5 years and the last 20 years, suggests that we do this. So what's your decision? Well, but it could crash. Uh-huh. So if you're a bear, wait for it. Yeah, wait for it. Okay, yeah, wait for it. And it could. I mean, so you want to look at it this way. So, yeah. Yeah, if you think that's going to happen, then it's going to happen soon. So you're going to wait for it. This is what you'd be setting up. That's your trade plan. Is it time to sell? No. I usually do that for members of Investor Bootcamp, Sky Killer. Right? It's like $88 for an entire year. So I must create as much value as possible. Yeah. Well, the last meeting was pointless also. Was there a summary of economic projections? No. I might do it just for CIA members. I have a simple little website here. This is a mastermind group I've started. So this group, okay, we're going to manage my portfolio of real money in my corporate account. Okay, so we're going to create and manage a portfolio using hedge fund style strategies used by institutional investors seeking endowment-like returns. Our mission is to lower investment volatility, produce consistent income, and generate a total return that outperforms the S&P 500. In particular, I might want to rephrase this, a balanced portfolio. A traditional balanced portfolio is more likely because the S&P 500 is probably too volatile. So I might have to change that. We meet quarterly in person and online to assess global economic conditions and vote on the construction, rotation, and rebalancing of the portfolio. So, a key part of that is the summary of economic projections. So, maybe I only do this particular Fed meeting because it's an SEP and that's when the CIA meets. I have to put a video there. Okay. The main focus of the council is low volatility investment strategies that provide a consistent income. Net asset value is not the primary concern. Thus, I do not expect or even want quick results. Returns are a function of risk, and I am risk averse. Gee whiz, this thing. Total returns over long periods of time will be generated by compound interest and reinvestment of portfolio income. So like, for example, if I bought $1,000 worth of stock and you bought the same $1,000 worth of stock, and in 10 years it's, right? It's grown in value. Okay? From $1,000 to $2,000. Okay, your cost basis is $1,000, your net asset value is $2,000. Okay? What I want to do is, this isn't money you can have. It's just you own an asset, like your house, you own your house. How much is your house worth? My house has doubled in value. Oh, so you bought a Lamborghini. Well, actually, no, it's all locked up in equity. I can borrow against it and take on debt. Whoa, 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 whoa. So your house has doubled in value, but you ain't got no more money. What I want to do is grow this from 1,000 to 1,100. Right? To 1,200. And then it goes to like 30. I'm not actually going to do the math for it. 15 or something. Okay? And eventually it gets to 2,000. But here's the thing. I've done it not through net asset value, by the asset doubling. What I'm going to do is lag the cash market, but earn cash. And buy a little more, buy a little more, buy a little more, right? So you own, let's say, one share that's doubled, or I guess that doesn't make sense. You own 100 shares, and now your 100 shares are worth 2,000. At the end of this, I want to own 300 shares. I know the math doesn't work out, but maybe this ends up being a different number. But the thing is, at the end of it, your position has gone up in theoretical value, and it's only real value when you actually sell it. Now you don't own any assets. What I want to do is I want to own more and more and more. So I need the investments that the CIA makes. So we earn 10% on this year in cash, by the way, not in net asset value. So I buy 10 more shares. And then another 10%, and I buy 10 more shares. And buy 10 more shares, and then all of a sudden 15 more shares, 15 more shares, and then on the last year, maybe 20 shares. And so now I own double or triple the amount of shares. And all of a sudden you'll see it'll compound, compound, compound. This will just go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm talking from my original investment. At the end of it, I don't want the net asset value to double. I want to own triple the amount of assets, not have one asset go up. I want to own 3 times more assets or twice as many assets, not necessarily one asset that's doubled. I want to own twice as many. Because eventually I don't want one apartment building that's doubled in value. I want to go from 10 apartments to 1,000 apartments. Not just one that's doubled or tripled or 10x'd. Okay? You see what I mean? Like it's such a different mindset. I don't want more money. I want more assets. Because the more assets I make, the more money the assets make for me. What do I do with one asset that's doubled? I sell it. Now I got double the money, but now money's not the problem. I don't need double the money. Because once I sell it, now what do I got? I don't own anything anymore. Now I got more money. Well, what do I do with my money? Well, I either spend it or reinvest it. Well, I could have just left it in the first place. Maybe in another 10 years, it doubles again. You understand? Like, it's weird. Like, I've never liked that style of investing. I learned that from sort of my venture capital type days, right? But anyway, so I don't want to have twice as much money. I want to have twice as many assets. So how do I do that? I have to not have equity appreciation. I need cash flow. And that's what I'm going to teach the CIA. Like the way that your grandpa was taught how to trade or invest, I should say, is inadequate. You have to invest like an endowment. So here's the thing. When you're dead, your money will keep making more money and more money and more. It lives without you. What happens is someone else's name goes on a piece of paper. So my name, when I'm dead, turns into my wife's name, and then when she's dead, turns into my children's name, and when they're dead, it'll go to somebody else, but the money will grow and grow and grow and grow. But it's not money, it's assets. The assets will grow and grow and grow because I don't want the value to double. I want to own twice as many things, so I need cash flow so I can keep buying and keep buying. Oh, the stock market's falling? I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to own more. This income will keep coming in and I'll keep buying more. I'll buy on the way up. I'll buy on the way down. I'll see you in 30 years with more money than God. The whole time I'm also deferring my taxes. There's a hedge fund manager who did this with his Roth account. You know what's cool about a Roth account? So you get money from your job. What do you call that? Income? Salary? All right, let's do that. So you have a salary. Okay, this is a hedge fund manager. So I'll put this. I don't remember his name. I'd have to look. So this hedge fund manager, he has a salary and bonuses or whatever. So he's got a bunch of cash, right? And he has, of course, a corporate 401k. That's cool. Great. But then he also has this Roth. Cool. So money that goes from the salary into the 401k is pre-tax. So you got to have tax. Okay? And bonuses. So before, I think you can do this bonuses. But the thing is, before you pay taxes, it goes to your 401k. But you max out pretty quickly, especially if you, like this guy makes a lot of money, right? He makes tens of millions of dollars a year, right? So anyway, so some of it goes into a 401k, but like for him, like it's pennies if you make that kind of cash, right? But then you can pay taxes on the rest. Now, here's the cool thing. So he takes some of this money, millions by the way, pays his taxes, and then puts millions into a Roth. I think it's millions. I have to look up. I don't think there's limitations. The limitation is once you put it in the Roth, you have to leave it in there for at least 5 years, I think is the number. And you can only use it for investing. But here's the thing, you ready? You never pay taxes on your profits or your income from these investments. Ever! Ever, ever, ever. So he put it into his venture capital firm. So when his venture capital firm made an investment, he took some of his Roth money, which was still millions, and he's like, I'm going to buy some shares too, along with my VC. So VC and me. And of course, some of these deals turned into billion-dollar deals. And all of a sudden, guess what? Tax-free. On the appreciation and income and all that kind of stuff, like tax-free. 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 Because he already paid taxes on it here. Now, if you had just done it like normal people, this is right. Here's what normal people do. They pay their taxes and what? Put it in their Robinhood account and invest it. And you make some profit. So you pay taxes again. Ha 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 ha. Meanwhile, some other guy earned $1 billion and paid no taxes on it. None. 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 No, that's not what that's not what I'm talking about, Kevin. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So I'm going to put that in my book that I'm writing. There's a way to do it. There's a way. The rich people do it differently, Kevin. Yeah, I'm going to push all that aside for now. I think I can make a bigger dent in society to do the personal finance one first. Okay? I keep putting the video in the wrong spot, I think is what's going on. Hang on. Let me get to... Let me, hang on, JP. Now, maybe there are some limitations. Maybe right? I don't have the numbers right. Like the fact that this guy had like more than $1 billion in his Roth IRA. Maybe he was only contributing $60,000 a year to a Roth, but was able to turn $60,000 a year. So in 10 years, it's $600,000. Right. So let's say over time he had $1 million in his Roth IRA, because remember, it's also growing. So maybe he turned $1 million into $1 billion. Okay. But this concept that you can only put $6,000 into a Roth, or that you can't use a Roth because you make too much money. Yeah, I'm going to write a book on how that is wrong. All right, but anyways, let me find this video that was supposed to be up on Quant-in-a-Box live. Recordings. 9/12. You're right. 9/12. That's today, right? And then what? Saved, published. Oh, I see what I did. And it's going to be here. And then I think Brian told me it was out of order. So let me check the order. 9/12, 9/11, 9/8, 9/7, 9/6, 9/5. Well, I'm going to leave it that way. All right, so it's there. There we go. That's today, right? No, down here. Monday, wait, 9/11. What? What? What is going on? 9/12 recording published. 9/12. I didn't put a date on it. Hang on. Let me edit this. Hang on. What's going on? Why doesn't it not look right? Tuesday. Tuesday. QB Live. Published. Save. And it should be under QB Live. Let's see. Oh, it's weird because it's in a different order that I see. Oh. Yeah, it's doing it differently. That's a different order than I see. Strange. But here it is. So that might be throwing you off. So I don't know. I'll have to contact support. I don't know why it's putting it out of order. Tuesday, 9/12. So that's today. It's 6:33 a.m. All right, I guess I got to get the website going. Quant-in-a-Box. The rise over the run, you should be able, it's those questions. Cool. So anyways, yeah, it's there. Cool. Okay, now I got to find the chat. No, thank you, JP. Is that right? Sky Killer says the QB meetings are amazing. I do like the day trading meetings, but the Quant-in-a-Box meetings are Oh, are the best. Right on. Yeah. By the way, I'm working on a deal for those that are in the Quant-in-a-Box Lite, Quant-in-a-Box Retail. I'm going to send you an email maybe today. I was just thinking about over the weekend. I'm like, I need to send you guys a deal. So I'm going to send you guys a deal. I don't know. So I'm working on it. Who knows if I'll have enough time. But keep your eyes open for that. Stock market's opening in about 10 minutes. And yeah, and by the way, right? For those that are in pro, you're like, man, how come retail gets a deal? Like, dude, I've already unlocked like a bajillion things for you for free. Like, yeah. Okay. So anyways, so there we go. So that's what I'm thinking about there. Come on, Ozzy. Okay. I think you can interpret what I might be thinking. So today is Tuesday. We have a big meeting at Investor Boot Camp focused on fundamentals. So I will see everybody at 4 o'clock for that. Boom 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 boom. I can't grab that now. There we go. Got it. All right. So what do you think? That's my strategy. And now from a smaller time frame, I need to employ tactics. Simple enough, right? Okay. You want to mark your lines. Currently, you can see we're kind of trapped in here. We've been sideways for 3 hours. That's the London boys waiting for America to open. You see which way we go. Let's move over to the stock market. And we could do it on this one. Should we do this one? Okay. Right now it's down, but it's not open. And this is reverse fibs going on. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the bearish fib. And yeah, this is the line in the sand that I was most curious about. I'm going to move this up and drag that over and grab that. So that's where we are now. Then the next one is this one. So we have the stock market opening in about 4 minutes. I think I'll listen to some music. I feel like listening more than talking. You guys okay if I play some music? All right, let's get something that's not too classical, dark core, classical, dark core. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to get something that doesn't get me slapped on YouTube. Crushing metal. No, that's not what I typed in. Royalty-free rock music, best instrumental songs for YouTubers. All right, I guess we'll give that a try. Start over. That's not what I feel like. I don't feel like that. Anyways, I guess we'll just wait. I put in classic rock, and that's what came up. See if I can get some half-decent royalty-free stuff. All right, let's try this one. What does that mean, Emerald? It's opening. Will it make a higher high? Yeah. So anyways, how many people are going to join the CIA? It's a couple of $1,000. We have members. We have lots of people that say they're thinking about it. Thinking isn't doing. Forgotten reading the sign up. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're going to turn 50 grand into $1 million. You'll be able to put it on your resume. Okay, let's see if we can hold the line here. We gonna hold? What do you guys think? So we gotta look at all of this. If we can climb above that, that's gonna be neato! It's throwing you off, Maida? I'll turn it down a bit. I know what I can do. I can turn it down for you, but leave it loud for me. I think. Yeah. Then I'm going to make it loud for me. How's that? Well, I'll see if I can find a better station. Problem is, YouTube slaps you so quickly, even if it's not true. There's like bots that automatically flag you, and then YouTube just gives it to them, and it's like a big scam. We'll see if we can find something better. It's a little happier. Okay, coming up. Okay, there you go. Let us look at another. Yeah, let's look at this version. We're getting there, aren't we? So I set this up earlier. We're kind of in that spot, aren't we? Let me pull it up on, I think I had it clearly written over here. Yeah. Look how accurate the 382 is. Look at that, though. Just beauty. Cool. All right, this is not what I expected in music. See, and then it gets all like this. It's too much. Or should I say not enough? Like, dude, what am I getting, a massage? Like, dude, come on. Okay, we're caught up on this first one, so what we're looking for is the rotation, the rollover. Okay. Bulls have already bought. Bears are waiting. There's the 50. You guys still with me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Maida, I think you could create a challenge. You can. Most people can't. But you can, Jim can, a few other people can. Of course, tradeplans.ai, right? But you want to do it in boot camp. Yeah, create a challenge. All right, interesting spot here for both these assets. By the way, this video launches in 6 minutes. Market's still heavily short. 10-year, remember the Fed is selling and the Treasury is selling. So therefore market participants are selling too. You can see gold is supposed to be falling this time of year. See? Yeah, risk gauge is moving. -201. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gold up, slightly up. Yen slightly up, 0, 0. S&P 500, 0. 0, 0, but it was -5 not long ago. Like 3, 4 days ago, it was -5. Big swings here. I'm going to introduce a vol strategy to the CIA in December, but we probably won't take it until March. Here we go. Come on, Bubba. Get up. Get up, Bubba. To the left one down, right one up. Oh, yeah. Come on, Bubba. Let's go, Bubba. Let's go, Trading Bubba. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Can it break? And we're 1 minute away from 10 a.m. It's now 10 a.m. So that video on Quant-in-a-Box is unlocked, unloaded. Where was it? I guess I have to click it. Oh no! off the resistance. No! No! Right at 10 o'clock too. We tested it right on 10 a.m. No! You guys still with me? Boo, right here, boo, boom. Right on. Oh, yeah. I say that at the end of every song. Let me check the moving averages quickly. 15 hour. So we're above the hour, below the 15. All right, caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm going to mark the 15 this way. And then I'm going to go back to the fiver. All right, we got the peso. Can we get the SPX? Come on, SPX. Maybe Meta, but it's really the flow of capital. But yes, could foreign companies be, or foreigners, could foreigners be buying the 10-year T-note to get four something, right? and be locked into the dollar because it's the reserve currency? Yeah, for sure. All right, we're still stuck in our opening range, everybody. Except peso. Come on, peso! Okay, we're on the 15-minute 5. Here it comes. Let's get some up on the S&P. S&P! Come on, Bubba, get up there. $10.13, by the way, for those that are old FX boot campers. 10.13 is a very important number. You may remember. If there's no serious news at 10, then the markets will take off at 10.13. Oh, the bond market's falling because the Treasury is selling and the Fed is selling. Remember, Fed's doing quantitative tightening. Does that make sense, Maida? Quantitative tightening, and the Treasury had to dump. Remember that the Treasury had to dump $1 trillion worth of Treasuries on the market in a very short amount of time, because when we were at the debt ceiling, how do you say it? Crisis. The Treasury wasn't allowed to issue more debt because we hit the debt ceiling. So now that they lifted that ceiling, now the Treasury has to issue debt they would have issued, but they couldn't because of the ceiling. So the ceiling was removed. So the stuff they were going to but couldn't, plus the stuff they need to anyways, so the normal amount plus the delayed amount all at once. So at some point in the near future, it's a pretty good chance that investors will very suddenly buy it, and then I'm going to put my trade back on. Because I'm worried that I'm wrong, so I took some risk out of the market. But if that does occur, then I'm going to get back in. Sky Killer, how do you make yields fall? People need to buy. No, you got it backwards, Sky Killer. Prices are falling, so yields are rising. If prices are rising, yields are falling. So if prices are rising, foreigners might be the ones buying. And if foreigners are buying, they have to buy the dollar first. No, I think you got it backwards. No, price and yield are opposite, Sky Killer. Well, go back through the training courses. The bond market, the treasury market is collapsing because it's being oversupplied by new debt, that's all treasury is, and old debt. We have two sellers, the treasury and the Fed. Prices are collapsing. The market's falling. The market's tanking. Yields are up. It could just be that it's oversupply. Demand might be perfectly fine. Look, guys, let's do it this way. Okay, let's say demand doesn't move at all. Supply 1, supply 2. Price 1. Quantity 1. Okay. The Fed and the Treasury both are sellers, increasing supply. So we have to increase supply from Q1 to Q2. Demand hasn't changed. We increased quantity. What happened to the price? Price fell. Yields up. Demand hasn't changed at all. The price of the Treasury. Yet there is a price. Let me see if I can give you a different example. So what does this tool show you? Interest rates? Right. So those are the yields. That's not actually what it's deriving. It uses math to derive it. Here's the price. Okay. This $100 bond, it costs you $94.66. Which, so you lend the government, for example, if you're doing a treasury, you lend the government $94.66 and they pay you back $100. So what's the interest rate? Somewhere between these numbers. This is the midpoint. So you can derive, depending on the price, what the yield is. The yield is related to the price, and the price is related to the yield. As the price goes down, the yield goes up. As price goes up, the yield goes down. So put it this way. Let's say the price goes up and it's $97.66 today, and in the future you get $100 back. Price went up, but your yield went down. So your question, Sky Killer, I mean, that doesn't impact the dollar at all. What makes the dollar move? That has no bearing on the value of the US dollar at all. So what is it? Yeah, that's where you get it. So what moves the dollar? There's only one thing. There's only one thing that moves the dollar. The price? No. Buying and selling. Okay. Nominal GDP is equal to consumption plus investment plus government spending. Okay, that's nominal GDP. If this goes up or down, does the value of the dollar change? No. If this goes up or down, does this change the value of the dollar? No. Government spending goes up or down, does it change the value of the dollar? No. So what changes the value of the dollar? Exports minus imports. That's it. So if foreigners are buying these, they have to buy the dollar first. That's it. That's all we do. There's nothing else. Well, it's not 100% true, because Cuba has a closed economy. So it's impossible to have inflation because they have no exports and no imports. By and large, you might say, well, they get Chinese generators. They used to, but China's in a recession. Well, they get money from Russia, like free oil. Well, they used to, except Russia's in a war. You understand? That free gasoline from Russia isn't showing up. There's lines outside of every gas station in Cuba. And they don't get power generators anymore from China. Both those quote-unquote trading partners are gone. So therefore, it's impossible to have inflation. So what is the other way to create inflation? And inflation is just lower purchasing power of the currency. There's only one way. There's many ways to do it, but there's only one way. And look at that. Oh, no. Well, how do you do that, Sky Killer? I'll let you think about it. I don't want to answer it because I want to go back to Cuba. And I don't want them showing me a video. You said this. I'm like, oh no. So I'll let you figure it out. Oh, well, this is disappointing. This is my last line of defense for the day. Poopy diapers. So now we got to wait for the London boys to go away. London boys are scared of CPI tomorrow. Ashish, I'm not going to answer that, but you need to think deeper. You have to ask yourself, well, what would that do? Write it all out. So you decrease M2. So what happens? Just literally think about it. If you had to write a paper on it. The only way to fully understand these things, guys, is to truly think about them. How does the economy function with more or less? That's it. Supply and demand. Move your supply curves, see what happens. Move your demand curves. And then, of course, move them both. But that gets complicated. So I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go cry myself a river. I didn't get what I wanted. So now I got to wait for the London boys to go home. That's going to be the next hour. So this is the London boys quitting. This is the London boys giving up. They're afraid. They're like, oh, CPI tomorrow. Let's take some money off the table. We call that risk off. I don't know how long it's going to last, of course, but nonetheless, this is what they're doing in their last hour of trading. And of course, we have a whole day. So I will see you today at 4 p.m. All day traders and all swing traders, I'll see you in the swing trading room at Investor Bootcamp. And for everybody else, you have a wonderful